What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's Daniel, and welcome back to our video. Today, I'm doing race picks for the 2024 Crown Royal Purple Bag Project 200. Let's go ahead and just jump straight into it. This weekend, the NASCAR Xfinity Series heads at a track known as the Too Tough to Tame, also known as Darlington Raceway. This track always provides a lot of exciting and really fun racing. The last time we ran a spring race here, we saw an all-time classic finish between Kyle Larson and John Nemechek, with Kyle Larson taking the victory. Kyle Larson will not be participating in this race this time around. So now, let's go ahead and jump into picks. But before we go ahead and jump into picks, let's take a look at the weather for this weekend. So weather for this weekend is looking extremely promising. It's going to be 77 degrees at high with 56 degrees as the low, with a 0% chance of rain with partly cloudy skies. Going to be some really nice weather if you're headed out to Darlington this weekend. So now, let's go ahead and jump into picks. For those who are new to the channel, here's how picks work on the channel. I usually do 2 suck picks, 2 drivers I expect to struggle throughout the weekend who I think will not have a good run this weekend. I do 2 underdog picks, 2 drivers I expect them really well who need a good run this week and have been struggling recently. And I do my winner's pick, the driver I think is going to win the race overall. And I do the ones you need to watch out for. And usually for the NASCAR Xfinity Series, I usually do 4 drivers you need to watch out for. So now, let's go ahead and jump into picks. Who are my suck picks for the Crown Royal Purple Bag Project 200? My first suck pick for this weekend at Darlington is the driver of the 15 car for AM Racing, Hailie Deegan. Look, Hailie Deegan has struggled for the most part so far in 2024. While she's had a couple good performances at tracks like Talladega and Las Vegas, she historically has not been great at Darlington. I think she's going to likely finish outside the top 25 or 30. It seems like AM Racing just doesn't have the overall pace or speed. We've talked about 4 struggles so far this year. I don't think Hailie Deegan's going to have a good run. I sadly think she will struggle and not have a strong run, more than likely, this weekend at Darlington Raceway. My second suck pick for this weekend at Darlington is the driver of the 11 car for Kaulig Racing, Josh Williams. Coming into this year, I had a lot of optimism for Josh Williams, and he's had a lot of bad luck, don't get me wrong. But he's also had some races where he hasn't just had the overall pace or speed. I think he's going to struggle this weekend, unfortunately. He's never ran amazing at Darlington, and I just don't think the Kaulig cars are overall the fastest at the moment. So I think more than likely Josh Williams is going to struggle, and I think he more than likely finishes outside the top 20 this weekend at Darlington. I think he sadly is going to struggle this weekend at Darlington Raceway. And now we're going ahead and jump on the underdog picks for the Crown Royal Purple Bag Project 200. Who are my underdog picks? My first underdog pick for this weekend at Darlington is a driver of the 97 car for Kaulig Racing / Trackhouse, Shane Van Gisbergen. Not only does Shane Van Gisbergen potentially have the best throwback we've ever seen in the history of Throwback Weekend, but Shane Van Gisbergen has absolutely been doing a really good job so far in 2024. He's only had 3 finishes outside the top 20 this season, and those 3 finishes could have been chances to contend for a lot better runs, like Coda, where he probably should have won. SVG's been getting better every single race. He's been doing a really solid job. And this is a driver's track, which SVG is a really great driver. So I think Shane Van Gisbergen will have a very solid performance this weekend and get a top 15 at Darlington Raceway. My second underdog pick for this weekend at Darlington is the driver of the 38 truck for Viking Motorsports, Matt DiBenedetto. Matt DiBenedetto has been doing a really solid job of Vikings so far this year. Outside of a couple weeks ago at Dover, which really wasn't his fault, it's kind of caused by SVG, Matty D has ran really solidly, and he's had some good runs at Darlington especially. I think Matt DiBenedetto is going to have a good run this weekend. I don't think there's going to be any issues for him. I think he's going to contend for top 15, realistically. I think he's going to show some good pace and speed. I think he's got a chance for top 15 this weekend at Darlington Raceway. And now we're going ahead and jump on to the winner's pick for the Crown Royal Purple Bag Project 200. Who is my winner's pick? This one was very, very tricky because there's a lot of drivers and it's a very stacked field. But I'm going a little bold here this weekend. The driver who I'm picking to win this weekend at Darlington Raceway is a driver of the 88 car for Junior Motorsports, Carson Quaffle. In both races that Carson Quaffle has ran so far this year, he has finished 4th and 2nd. He could have won Dover 2 weeks ago. And I think with the pace and speed he's shown so far this year, I think Carson Quaffle is going to victory lane. I'm really high on this guy. He's extremely talented. He's been really strong with junior motorsports in a late model scene. I think Carson Quaffle is going to pick up his first career NASCAR Xfinity Series victory this weekend. I think he's going to get it done. And now we're going ahead and jump onto the drivers you need to watch out for this weekend at Darlington. Who should you have your eyes out on? The first driver you should watch out for this weekend at Darlington is a driver of the 20 car for Joe Gibbs Racing, Eric Almirola. He almost was my pick for this weekend, by the way, because Eric Almirola has ran extremely well in the select races he's had so far. He won a Martinsville a few weekends ago, and he's been really consistent and fast. I think Eric Almirola is going to be a serious threat and contender. JGR in that 20 car almost won. In fact, he almost won the spring race and was really fast in the fall here. I think that Eric Almirola will have a good chance and opportunity to go to victory lane this weekend. The second driver to watch out for this weekend at Darlington is a driver of the 17 car for Hendrick Motorsports, William Byron. William Byron kind of struggled at Phoenix, but the last time the 17 car ran, I believe it won by Kyle Larson at Coda. I think that William Byron is going to be a threat for the victory. Byron's been pretty good at Darlington in the past. He's had the overall pace and speed to contend for the win. I think William Byron will have a good chance and opportunity to win this weekend with Hendrick Motorsports at Darlington Raceway. The third driver to watch out for this weekend at Darlington Raceway is a driver of the 18 car for Joe Gibbs Racing, Sheldon Creed. Sheldon Creed has been very inconsistent. He's either had top 5 speed or race-winning speed, or he's D'ing out to finish outside of the top 20. This weekend, I think he's going to be contending for the victory. He's been really good at Darlington in the past, nearly won here the last couple of years. He's had the great pace and speed, and I think of him driving the 18 car, I think he will be a threat and contender for the win and the victory. I think Sheldon Creed will have a really strong chance and a great opportunity to pick up his first career Xfinity Series victory this weekend at Darlington. And the fourth final driver I think you should watch out for this weekend at Darlington is the driver of the 81 car for Joe Gibbs Racing, Chandler Smith. Chandler Smith's been losing his edge over the course of the last few weeks after a really strong start to the year. He just has had the overall pace and speed to contend for wins. That's going to change this weekend, in my opinion, because Chandler Smith has been pretty good at Darlington Raceway. He's nearly won here a couple times in trucks and was pretty good here in the Xfinity Series last year as well. I think Chandler Smith will be a serious threat and contender to get it done, and it would not surprise or shock if he does get win number 3 of 2024 this weekend at Darlington. I think he's going to have a chance and opportunity for the victory. So, those are my race picks for the Crown Royal Purple Bag Project 200. Just a reminder, my suck picks are Haley Deegan and Josh Williams. My underdog picks are Shane Van Gisbergen and Matt DiBenedetto. My winner's pick is Carson Quaffle. And the ones to watch out for, Eric Almirola, William Byron, Sheldon Creed, and Chandler Smith. Those are my race picks. So, that is going to be it for the race picks video for the 2024 Crown Royal Purple Bag Project 200 at Darlington. I want to thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe to the channel, notifications on, so if I win a video, it does go live on my channel. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and support on Patreon as well. Links description below that, and comment your picks below for this weekend at Darlington. Let me know your suck picks, let me know your underdog picks, let me know your winner's pick, and let me know drivers you're watching out for this weekend at Darlington. Let me know your picks in the comments below. Tomorrow on the channel, we'll have the Cup Series race picks for Darlington. We're also going to have all the throwback paint schemes dropping in a video tomorrow as well. Then on Friday, we should have NASCAR news video discussing news over the course of the last couple of days, kind of like a weekly recap as well, more than likely. And we're also going to have probably the Truck Series race view if the race happens. Then on Saturday, we should have a NASCAR Xfinity Series race view, reactions to pole qualifying, also have a Shane Van Gisbergen video potentially. And if any other drivers a good run I want to know, I'll do a video on that. And then on Sunday, we should have the starting lineup video, and we'll also have the throwback race review as well. So anyways, like I said, I want to thank you guys for watching today's episode, and I'll see you guys next time for more great, awesome NASCAR content and other motorsports content on the channel like this. Take care of everybody.